Okay, so here are 3 little known ways that you can go from a victim mindset to the mindset of a champion. Okay, so I was doing some research on Google and I found an article and I took down some notes. Okay, I actually came up with a list of 24, but I only have time to go through 3 of them now. Okay, so number 1, accept that life is unfair. And by the way, when I go through these, I'm going to give you how a victim-minded person would respond, and then I'm going to give you how a champion or a victor's mindset would be, just so you can see the complete polar opposites between the two. Okay, so number 1, accept that life is unfair. So how would a victim-minded person handle that? They're probably going to say something like, life's so unfair, nothing works out for me, if only things were easier for me, if only I had more money, if only I had a better job, if only I had better neighbours, if only people were nicer, if only I'd had a different childhood. Like, they'll just start blaming everything that's like outside of themselves for the fact that their life isn't how they want it to be. Okay, so a champion would have a totally different mindset, right? They would say, look, things aren't going so well for me right now. I acknowledge that not everything is going to go my way or seem fair to me 100% of the time. Everyone, you know, in life has things happen to them that aren't favorable always. You know, there's laws of nature that every single person is subjective to. I'm not going to sit and complain. I'm gonna do what I can do. Yes, this might suck right now, but I'm gonna get through it and I'm gonna come out better. Okay, so do you see the difference between the victim who's just complaining that it's everybody else's fault but theirs, versus the champion that acknowledges that things aren't what they want, but they're not dwelling on it. They're going to be, basically, they're going to look for the lesson and they're going to use it to make them bitter rather than better. Better rather than bitter, okay? The champion's going to get better and the victim's probably just going to get bitter, okay? Number 2 is stop complaining. Okay, so what would a victim say to that? They would probably be, you know, I'm so unlucky. Why does this always happen to me? They're in the woe challenge. They're looking around at everything but themselves because, you know, it's never them. Like, it's like their boss, it's their co-workers. They just can't seem to get ahead. Like, oh, if only this person stopped messing things up for me. If only I could get so-and-so's approval. It's just like they're just negative. Everything goes wrong for them. Life just kind of happens to them. They don't see the value or the lessons in things that happen in their life. It's just like, they're just a naysayer, they're negative, they're a complainer. They're the kind of person that, you know, if you run into them, that they're going to be complaining about anything and everything. You know, it could be a glorious day and they'd complain that it's too hot, okay? That's a victim, okay? So a champion would probably say something like, there's no such thing as luck. If I want something, I have to go out and do it. If I've got a problem, I'm not going to sit and complain about it. I'm going to go and find somebody that's had the same problem as me, that's solved it, and I'm going to figure out what they did. Because, you know, if you're going through something, the chances are that there's somebody else in the world that has been through it, that has solved it, and all you have to do is find out what they did. Or if you want success in an area, more than likely there's been somebody else who has already created success in that area before. And what I find mostly with successful people is they're not stingy. They're more than happy to share what they do and how they did it. You know, people write books. People talk about how they made it on TV. They make videos. They do blog posts. Like, successful people, contrary to what a lot of people think, they're not stingy. They're very generous and they're usually only too happy to tell you how they made it, okay? So if you want something, all you have to do is just go and find out how it's done, make a plan, and just start doing it, okay? And what I learned a long time ago is that no one's coming to save you. No one's coming to the rescue. Like, if you want something, you just have to go and get it, okay? No matter what, okay? Number 3 is everything in life is your responsibility, okay? So how would a victim respond to that? Well, they wouldn't take any responsibility. They would be blaming everything that they could for why something hasn't worked out. They would be, you know, they'd just be looking for any kind of reason for why their lives aren't where they want it to be. They might see someone doing better than them, and they might be that person that gets jealous. They might be, you know, even try and pull them down. Okay, that's someone with a like scarcity victims mindset. They don't think outside the box. They're just very like, there's nothing, everything's just someone else's fault. It's never them, okay? They usually need like the approval of other people, and then if they don't get that approval, they don't take action, and then they blame the person that didn't, you know, give them the approval. A champion, I'm almost done. A champion would probably say, you know what? I don't rely on other people to help me get what I want. I don't rely on what other people do in their life. Their actions don't dictate what I do. They are very kind of just proactive. They're driven. Like, nothing's gonna get in their way. They're not gonna let the actions of somebody else dictate what they do. They don't play the blame game. They don't make excuses. They figure it out. They take responsibility. When they mess up, they own it, and they look for, okay, I messed up here, this didn't work out, how can I get better next time? Like, the victim is very kind of like fixed mindset. The champion or the victor has a growth mindset. You could say champion, winner, person that makes it happen, the successful person. You know, they have a growth mindset. When things like don't work out for them, they usually just they try to get to the bottom of it so that like it doesn't happen again. It's like, how do I fix this so I can do better in the future? A victim wouldn't do that. They would just use it as an excuse for, you know, another reason to, you know, project their, you know, victimness out to people, right? And so that is the like the difference. They're basically just complete opposites of each other. And so I do hope you got value from this video. Like, if you are someone who is like looking to really level up in your life, especially going into the new year and beyond, because obviously, you know, it's a new decade now. We're not just going into a new year. Send me a message, because like I said, I actually have a full list of 24 things that victims or people with victim minds, and champions like do differently. And if you want me to send you that full list, like I said, if you're wanting to level up in your life and you just feel like you want more of a winner's mindset, then send me a message. I'll make sure you get that list, or comment below winner, comment the word winner, and I'll know you want those tips. I hope you enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll see you soon. Bye.